Today, the shining blades stand proudly as the right hand of the crown. Officially, they are the personal guard force of the monarch, but behind closed doors, they operate as a clandestine network, spying for the crown. Their current status, however, belies their rebellious origin. Over 250 years ago, in the year 1070, the kingdom of Krita faced an existential threat. The Char, seemingly under the yoke of the Flame Legion and their Titan gods, waged war against humanity. The Char were a plague, bringing death to all who stood in their path, salting the earth behind them. Little did they know, a dark god's festering influence drove their murderous campaign. Abaddon, the fallen god of water and secrets, sought his freedom from the realms of torment. Bent to Abaddon's will, the Char war machine broke upon the kingdoms of man as one by one they fell. Under siege, King Adalbern refused to abandon his throne, and his people paid the price. The Char rained destruction upon Ascalon. Its ruins stand today, bearing witness to the terrible power of their ancient cauldron of cataclysm. The few humans who managed to survive the searing had followed the king's son, Prince Rurik, into banishment. They fled over the Shiver Peak Mountains, heading for Krita. Rurik's people would find hope in the west, but sadly not the young prince himself. In 1071, after the fall of Ascalon, the Char marched southwest to the Orient Peninsula. Once there, they swept through the kingdom's defences in a matter of hours. King Reza defended the gates of Ra as the Char fell upon the god's holy city. In desperation and panic, Vizier Kilbron used the forbidden texts of the old gods. From his warded tower, he uttered the dark incantations inscribed upon the lost scrolls, and the Char, the city, and the entire peninsula were destroyed, drowned in the sea of sorrows. It is unclear whether Kilbron had foreknowledge of the scale of destruction he unleashed. However, we do know he was a disciple of Abaddon, and Abaddon sought the destruction of the city which had cast him out. The Char assault on Krita began in 1070. The Norn had given free passage to the Char over the Shiver Peak Mountains, allowing them to attack both Ascalon and Krita almost simultaneously. The Kritans were losing badly. In the face of defeat, the Kritan sovereign, King Jaden, abandoned his sacred duties and his people. The king's paramour, Priestess Bera, and their daughter, Princess Salma, were forced to flee to the Temple of Ages. There Salma took up the mantle of priesthood to watch over the threshold between the mundane realm and that of the gods. Meanwhile, the kingdom and its people were left in disarray to face the might of the Char. Fear and despair gripped Krita as the legions marched to victory, defeating its last defenders, the Lion Guard. When Sol D'Alessio walked out of the jungle, promising victory and security, the people welcomed him with open arms. The price of their salvation was apostasy. All they needed to do was renounce the old gods who had already abandoned them and accept the unseen ones in their stead. What other choice did they have? So Sol's army grew, and Krita soon came under the protection of the White Mantle. True to his word, Sol led his followers into battle, and the unseen ones eventually decimated the Char. After the victory, Sol D'Alessio was spirited away by the unseen ones, and the leadership of the White Mantle passed to Justicar Hablion. On the surface, Krita and her people seemed at peace. The White Mantle had indeed defeated the Char, but the real price of the unseen one's intervention was far higher than mere adoration. Villagers from every corner of Krita were ritually tested by a mysterious artifact called the Eye of Janthea, and the Chosen were identified. They were then taken from their homes, told they were to join the ranks of the White Mantle. The Chosen, however, were never seen again. As more and more people were taken, rumours began to spread, and a few who were brave and skilled enough followed a group of the Chosen to uncover the truth. They tracked the mantle to Bloodstone Fen. There they witnessed the ritual slaughter of their fellow countrymen atop the great Maguma Bloodstone. In that moment, the Shining Blade were born. They would become an insurgent force bent on the destruction of the White Mantle and its gods. They would not rest until their people were free and the line of King Doric restored. The leader of the Shining Blade at the time was a monk called Ivinia. Bent on finding a way to defeat forces she could not even see, she allowed herself to fall prey to betrayal and manipulation. Abaddon had set his pieces on the board, and his dark influence stretched out across the void towards Kryta. To be continued in the Flameseeker Prophecies.
Thrilled to have you here, and I wanted to just lead right in by saying how much I appreciated the Crichton Herald's beautiful video. I can't wait for the next episode of that because it's really, really well done. So kudos to you guys. You can find a whole lot of things from the Crichton Herald over on our forums, and I encourage you to look. They've got lore, they've got screenshots, they've got art, they've got videos, so check it out over on the forums. And this month I'm thrilled to have as guest Mr. Josh Foreman, who is a member of our art team, has been with ArenaNet for, I want to guess, 12 years? 13 years?
13 and a half.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so Josh is the amazing artist who has created so many things here, from maps to those pesky jumping puzzles, for which I both praise him and curse him. And Josh, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about your history here?
All right. Well, I started here in 2003, working on, Guild Wars 1, and just loved it. So I've been here ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite thing to do is make jumping puzzles and hide things. I love hiding things. So, those find 40 or 50 coins in a map, that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Did you work on Silver Wastes hiding things?
I did,
We need to have a talk later because there's 2 of them I still can't find. I keep going.
Yeah, I probably can't find them anymore. So.
I did ask Josh if he'd had an opportunity to ever meet anyone who or experience a map where they hadn't found everything, but you said you're pretty sure that our players have discovered all that there is to discover.
As far as I know, yeah, I keep thinking that I can out-clever them, and I never can.
Well, there are a lot of players, so well done on your part, guys. But I also asked Josh about the Karka hunt, because in Lion's Arch, I understand you're the one that hid 50 different Karka.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sorry about that.
It was so much fun. There was the one, but I've gotten over it. I did eventually succeed, but that was a lot of fun.
Those little critters like to get everywhere.
They do. My gosh, they were in great places. It's true. Well, let's just get into the fan art here and start looking at all the things that we have going on this month. As you know, a lot more art is made than we can feature, but we love looking at it on Tumblr, on our forums, Instagram. You guys share so many wonderful things with us. And if you created something and it hasn't been chosen, it could show up later. We have a couple of pieces here that have been on the back burner waiting for this opportunity. So there's always a good chance that you could be featured in the future. And let's start with number 1. And this is Gilt Snail's creation here. And they write, "This is a self-indulgent picture of my tall glass of milk, Sarah Freven at Able. You better believe he ain't happy about Divinity's Reach nearly getting messed up in episode 4. I think that's a really lovely piece.
Yeah, he looks very protective.
Mm-hmm. On guard.
Yes. Great colors on the bubble there.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. It's a really nice, evocative piece.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying episode 4 so much. I keep going back in, and I love when I see that shimmering bubble. You know, that's really well done. Excellus brings us a portrait of Volcantar, a very attractive char. A char ranger, I might point out, as you can tell from the effusive use of green here and the little paw print in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I love this guy.
Definitely says ranger.
Mm-hmm. Cute face. I like it. Thank you for sharing that, Excellus. You can see a screenshot that inspired this this image. If you go on our Tumblr page, you can kind of see side by side the screenshot and then the image that Excellus made. So that's really cute. Really well, really lots of fun to see that, the progression. Then we have KFT's Killer Migraine. This is very cute. They write that Dwyson, Ivy, and Amethyl have one killer migraine and a strange, specific hatred for crystalline ingots. I like this one.
Yeah, they're wonderful expressions. They're all different, but they all say migraine.
They do.
Yeah.
They really do. Well done. This is Tomata is the artist. Montico is the subject. It's the maitre d' from the Lava Lounge on the Fire Island with his golem. And note the nifty portal behind him where people can go to any spot in Tyria from that location. You worked on that map, didn't you?
Yeah, I made that Lava Lounge.
Oh, that's lots of fun.
Beautiful use of color here. Lots of bold choices. I like the blue gems.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, he almost looks like he could break into a song and dance there with a little hand and the hat. Like I expect him to start doing a little dance.
Little Charlie and the Chocolate Factory going on there.
Definitely, yeah, for sure. This is Kitty Cat Team by Pavlovian Machinery. I really love this one. It's a great representation of 3 different char. Just looking so cute.
Ready for action.
Ready for action. That's probably better than cute. I don't know any char that would like to be called cute. The artist character is alongside those of Taimi and Kujote, and they wrote "Watch Out Ghosts." So heading into battle.
I love the way the kind of misty grass is overlaying them. It gives it a great sense of depth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. Perspective is nice there, fading in. Uzva, this lovely elementalist, was drawn by artist Early as a birthday gift for Rafa. I think she's just stately and elegant and beautiful.
Striking use of color contrast there.
Mm-hmm. Very pretty. And I mean, who doesn't love a feather boa?
No one.
Yeah, it's just a fashion accessory of all time. This is Lorenzo's Lorenzo by Chihina Art. There's a little bit of a story here that I liked so much. Character has had a rough life in which she has had to adapt to the cruelty around her. She is practical, pragmatic, and seemingly cold towards others, but she shows a fondness and a fierce protectiveness towards the few that she does grow to care for. With a piercing and indifferent gaze, she surveys the world around her. Behind her, always a part of her and supporting her, is her other side, primal and violent, inducing fear and terror in her prey, always lurking, always watching her. It's a neat story.
Yeah. I like how the primal aspect is captured in her expression and eyes. And the lighting, too. It kind of bleeds over the side.
Mm-hmm.
Really well done.
Yes. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And frightening, as it should be, given her story. Marshire decided to make an adorable plushie here, as you can see. This is called Zuchi. It's called the Cat of Derpiness. It's a cross between Zuzu and Chauncey. I like it, but I can't get behind the idea that Marsh shared, saying that Wisteria is the cutest and totally deserving of the Fancy Cat title. I'm telling you, there was something going on with that Fancy Cat contest. I've seen Chauncey.
Yeah, it seems like there might be some rigging behind the scene. I don't know.
There's something definitely crooked there. Wisteria flaunting.
But if Zuzu here was on, or Chauncey, sorry, Zuzu is the. Wait, is Zuzu the cat?
Zuzu is it's Zuchi, Cat of Derpiness, a cross between Zuzu and Chauncey.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
this is Zuchi. Yeah.
No, it's beautiful crossbreeding there. So maybe they had a baby, and this is the offspring.
There you go. Must be.
Yeah, it's got a great kind of mix of ferocity and cuteness, and a touch of derp.
And the bow. It's just cute. It's just great. Check out these cute portraits by Cortez. It's a great quartet of Silvari there. All of them different, very distinctive.
Yeah, beautiful silhouettes. I love the variety that's captured in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm especially attracted to the legs on the far, let's see, my right.
Yes.
Yeah,
those are nice. Yeah.
I love praying mantis, and there's a lot of mantis in a lot of these.
That's true. There is. Yeah. I'm fond of the one appears to be flexing. I think that's kind of cute there. Yeah. The third from the left. That's cute. Well done, Cortez. Thanks for sharing that. Diage sketched their chronomancer, Sarah Shalmas, and wrote, "She's a member of the Priory and a total bookworm. She likes raspberries and chocolate. Despite being a mesmer, she mainly wears the color red. Her default state is the Mr. Potato Head Angry Eyes, and I want to reflect that more in the final version." I like the sketch.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Very, very makes me feel like I do when I'm in a library. I'm just kind of focused in my own little world. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love books.
You designed the library, didn't you?
In the Derman Priory, yeah. Not the idea of the library. I think that was a little before my time,
mm-hmm.
but yeah.
But you did the art, right?
Yeah, I built the Derman Priory library layout.
I love to be in that area. It was just fun to be in there. Very, very pretty. And we discussed earlier, Josh and I are big fans of libraries and reading, so this touches the heart here. Child of Ventari created this lovely portrait of Alicia. They remarked that they enjoyed drawing this character because they really love their Tempest, and by drawing it, they felt that they got closer and more of a bond with the character itself.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah. That's why, you know, a lot of us who are on the art team are so, you know, part of that world, because we spend so much time in there and thinking
mm-hmm.
about it and going over the details. And yeah, and this is a beautiful piece. I really like the way the light is reflected on the skin.
Yeah, me too. And the shadow there just above the cheekbone, it's just really beautifully done. Yeah, so pretty. Thief Seekers said they always wanted to do introductions of their characters, so they started out here with their Silvaris, and they're going to do more later, so I can't wait to read them. But I had so much fun with these. It's Wolfmaster Keith, definitely a courtier and edgy. But all the little definitions, and you see the three facial expressions. They're very different characters.
Yeah, I like that. Then they're very different feeling, but they're also consistent amongst each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can't wait to see the rest of those. That'll be fun. Roxile made this image of Coochie Fluffy Tail for Chernok, one of the artists' guildies from the River of Tears Guild. In fact, this is Chernok's guardian Char, whom he often uses in World v. World. And rumor has it that Chernok is often the last player standing, which makes this painting kind of have a very similitude there.
That's why I want my main is a guardian. It's nice being the last one standing.
Yeah. And I'm a ranger, and I'm not usually the last one standing, but I do love that ranger. And I was trying to figure out with whom little Fluffy is talking, and I can't. Is that a quaggan?
Yeah, it's hard to tell from this distance. I might see a cattail, but it might just be a shadow of a quaggan.
Yeah.
It's cute, whatever it is.
Yeah,
it's cute little blob there.
Yeah, and they're definitely having a very intense conversation. Love the banners and the color.
The color contrast is really good. It separates the foreground from the background. It's beautiful. Beautiful
piece. Beautiful. Big White Shogun is a forum member who created this, and they called it Hunting Down the Mordrum. I really like that this was made in commemoration of the anniversary of the announcement of Heart of Thorns. And that is a great piece, very detailed and beautiful.
Yeah, I love the illustrated quality of it. It evokes those kind of early picture books from the early 1900s, like the Alice in Wonderland or Wizard of Oz, or even some of the dictionaries and encyclopedias from that.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it? Big has done other pieces of art that you can find on the forums. This one is stunning, and there are others that are very, very good. Takes a lot of time. You work in pen and ink sometimes?
Yeah, I've done a lot of ink work, and so I appreciate the time spent on that.
Yeah, well done. Thank you, Big White Shogun, very much. And right now, I think it's time for a video. As you know, Josh is the owner of the concept of this Super Adventure Box, and many things have been done. Fun things have been done by artists, some of which I'm going to have an opportunity to feature next year because they came in after I'd already curated this month's art. But this, Josh, I just want you to see it because I think it's wonderful. This is a two-person guild called Fate, and they put together a jumping puzzle extravaganza, the two people. So when you see this, and I'm going to just show you a couple of minutes of it. It's about 8 minutes long. You're going to find it over on the forum. If you look for Inflicted is the name. Look for that forum post and watch the whole video because it's great. But let's have a couple of minutes here so you can get a look at what they've done with your concepts.
Cool.
Wasn't that great?
That was amazing. Yeah, I love the mix of props, and especially all the little hidden areas where you think you got to go that way, but you got to go through the little.
I noticed it come down the stairs and tuck under. I wouldn't have thought I would get lost and need help, but that's great. I just love it.
I've been super impressed. Every time I see videos of people's guilds that have been SAB'd in ways very creative ways that even I wouldn't have thought of. So
And
It's
all
really
very
fun.
distinctive. I mean, you don't see too many that are just cookie
Yeah.
cutter. They're all very distinctive. Speaking of Super Adventure Box, as you probably know, it ends tomorrow. But we wanted to come decked out in the attire of the event and the festival. So I have the new B-Dog shirt. Josh has the Super Adventure Festival shirt. And show him that mouse pad. I love that guy.
Yeah, this is this is epic.
That
If you want
is
an epic
beautiful.
mouse pad, this is
Josh is not using this. He says, you think you might hang it up on the wall?
yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that much space for a mouse, but yeah, it would make a great wall hanging. It's like so shiny. It just fits the SAB theme really well, I thought. But yeah, there's 3 different sizes. I actually composed the artwork for all 3, so yeah,
they're
you don't have to
different.
get a giant one. You could get a regular size one.
Okay, yeah. It's pretty. I mean, it could almost be a placemat
Yeah.
for 2, you know. That's great. Anyway, so enjoy the rest of the festival, obviously. It's going to be fun, and as you know, it's a yearly festival, so it will be back. Have a lot of people petitioning us to bring it back all year, all the usual things, but we're glad that you've had a blast with it, and let's get back to here's some more art, starting here with Amelia Rare's stunning image of Keith.
Beautiful.
I love this one so much. I love Keith so much, and I love what Amelia wrote. The message is so poignant. It's fine, Commander. Remember, I'm a shadow, and I think that's just so beautiful. And look at the eyes.
Yeah, so expressive, and yeah, the depth and range of colors. It's super well done.
Thank you for sharing that with us. This is another image that's, I think, very poignant and moving. This is by Mr. Taxi. It's an Asuran duo. I don't believe it had a title, actually, but I love the thoughts that the artist shared. Caption this image with this message. You help me hold all my pieces together. Without you, I'm scattered like a broken glass. Hold me tight, hold my pieces. I just love that.
Very sweet. Yes.
And subtlety in that piece too. The shadow, the face being not fully exposed.
I like the mix of ink work and watercolor look.
It's beautiful. And I won't call this guy beautiful, but I'm going to say this is just utterly charming. It's a portrait of Tibble, left paw, by Nikora. As a new player, the artist fell in love with Tibble immediately, and they will be turning this piece into a watercolor in the future, so we can look forward to seeing that when it's completed. I just love the expression.
It's great. The expression and the whole composition. Looks like it should be on a greeting card.
It does, it does. Or maybe one of those pins, those little shaped pins, enamel pin would be pretty. Yeah. It's a good job, good job. Vega calls this 50 Shades of Green. It's a foam wig and makeup, and in a beautiful display of cosplay. I think it's really cool that Vega shared for her fellow cosplayers a detailed tutorial linked from our Tumblr page. So if you would like to make this or see how this was made, it's a fascinating process. Go check out the Tumblr page where you can get several other images and learn how this came together. It's beautiful.
Really great. It's to that next level of cosplay. You know, it's not just the plain green painted over. It's got all the gradations and fading, and yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. This is Desi by Flame Squad. Desi maybe is known as just a simple retired whispers agent and a chef, but soon she will discover her new powers. That's certainly an intriguing idea. I don't know quite what that means, but Josh and I were speculating whether the item there, you were thinking...
Oh, I was thinking it's a sword, and you were thinking maybe a cooking emblem.
Barbecue fork? I don't know. Yeah, it's a great image, though. Thanks for sharing that, Flame Squad.
Great attitude.
And then our friend, I had to bring this because you're here and I love SAB, and here we go. Gears to Gnomes, Super Adventure Pocky. And it's just the cutest thing. And there are...
Love that eye twitch.
Yeah. I
mean, that happens when you have the stress of being a commander like that.
It's true, isn't it? Yeah, it's so true. There are a couple of other gifts that I noticed over on the Tumblr page that have come in as well. And they're all real good and fun. And this one is great. The 3-panel effect.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that background. Just that's a great representation of SAB. Makes me want to go live in that comic.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Way to go, Gears. Thank you. This took my breath away when I saw it. We don't get that many that are this detailed, and this it's just amazing. It's by Alielle, and it's Casimir Mead, of course. She is a beautiful character inside and out, and this represents her so very well.
Yeah, great rendering style there. Another great use of colors. I like all the colors and the shadows on the skin. It's great.
And there's a little subtle lighting there to the backlighting. It's beautiful. Ruo Folad drew up what they called outfit prompts, and here's how I think it works. They have players give them ideas like, give me a prompt, give me an idea, and I'll draw some concepts. So, of course, the idea here is sweaters, which I happen to love sweaters, and that this is just a great pair. I'm particularly fond of the one on the left because it's a frog, but it's also SAB frog, right?
It looks like it. It's got a crown. Yeah, very cute.
The first König from Germany. I'm not sure, but it's cute. So we got the constellations on the right, or Saturn and stars on the right, and then the frogs. Super, super cute.
Yeah, that's fun.
Looking forward to seeing more of these. They're great. This is by SatoCoulomb Toaja, and it's and they wrote that the necromancer is their favorite profession, and they've played it since the original Guild Wars. So I was thinking that could be potentially 10, 12 years that they've been playing the necromancer. So this amulet is designed, or it's a choker necklace amulet, is designed to represent the necromancer, and I think they mentioned they were going to be making some more, so I'm really looking forward to those.
Yeah, that's neat. Yeah, I love the whole aesthetic of the necromancer as well, and this definitely fits in there. Yeah, speaking of Guild Wars 1 necromancer, fun fact is that the male necromancer dance, the animator who did it was looking for people around the studio to do something for that, and so I volunteered, and so that's my dance in there, is the crazy kind of headbanging sort of thing. Yeah. Got to jump around while he filmed me, and then he animated over the footage. Yeah.
That's great. I didn't know that they were actually animated over real footage.
Yeah, quite a lot of them are. I mean, they're you know, arted on top of that, but yeah, that's the basics sort of thing.
That's neat. So Josh is the male necromancer, and of course I love the female necromancers thriller kind of dance too. So they definitely have two of the best dances in the game. You make things like, not necessarily jewelry, or have you? I know you make
a little bit on that side, but yeah, more of the kind of sculptural stuff, like figures and creatures and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So tell me about these creatures. The creatures are of legend, known about the studio, made with gelatin, jello.
Well, I mostly work with polymer clays like Sculpey, but yeah, I have been known to make a giant gummy worm in the past. Yeah, several years ago, I was the coordinator for a couple of different Living World releases during Season 1, and for Triple Trouble, yeah, I just wanted to make something cool, and so we made a giant gummy worm of it, and yeah, so that was pretty fun. I made a YouTube tutorial for how to do it. So if you guys want to learn how to make a giant gummy worm, it's out there.
It's out there.
Yeah, you can just search for Josh Foreman on YouTube. You'll find me. Yeah.
You have several different tutorials, right? Different projects you've done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a
Is
few.
the gummy worm still in existence?
So there's, I made several of them because I made a mold and then poured gummy into that mold several times. And so, yeah, there's one on my desk that's been desiccating for the past, I don't know, 3-4 years.
Sounds appetizing, right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and I actually served one, cut it up and served it to the company. There's some video of that on my channel as well.
Oh,
if you want to check that out. Yeah.
I don't know. I admire an artist that thinks of novel media and comes up with, I'm going to make giant gummy worms. I love it. That's fantastic. That's great. Let's take a look at this one. This is Takikoro, also known as Taj, and it's called Go Away. Taj reported that his wife created a new Asura, and it was so utterly and completely evil that he was moved to make this piece of art and representing. I think it really does embody a lot of evil there.
Yeah, I mean, it evokes exactly what it's trying to right there.
the little graphic of graphic, and then the go away.
Oh, the shadow over part of the face there with with contrasted with the glowing eyes. That's yeah.
And the hand gesture, but we won't go there. Okay. Autumnoi captured their main character, Nina9, in this portrait. They'd actually sketched it previously, and then this is a colorized version of the sketch. And I really like the style. It's so pretty.
Yeah, you know, colored pencil, but then mixing all those colors together in that way, it's pretty fun.
In this image, Gilt Snail offers goth priory nerds. Contrast this to the other one we saw. It is a very different look and representation, but equally charming. These characters are played by the artist and one of their friends named Nornkin. Just kind of hanging out, chilling.
Yeah, it's really neat. I love the bottom lighting like that green, and the composition is really neat. Well done.
Did you say they might be sitting on a rune of some kind? It looks
maybe you know, some sort of necromancer well of some sort.
Yeah. Well, yes, they might be. Yeah, it's true. This is Waiting for It to Quaddle by Pixelationer. They seem so at peace here, but I just wonder, you know, how can they're so calm before all hell breaks loose, you know? I mean, come on. It's to Quaddle, you know? He's on his way.
Super cute faces. I love that style.
Yeah, you said that this is a style you're familiar with, that it has it's kind of evokes other media things that you've seen in books.
And I could not think of the name for it, but yeah, it's definitely a recognizable style, and I've seen it in a lot of things, and it's just so perfect for especially the theme. You know, you're just kind of waiting around and just kind of like.
I think I might have seen that kind of style in a children's book as well, where it just has such a purity. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that for sure. And this is Timey and Silvana by Excellus. I just love it. Almost looks photorealistic. It just has this appearance of someone got with a camera interior. I don't know how they would have a camera interior, but you know, moving on.
A Suratech.
Yeah, there you go. Just it's so beautifully done, and the face of Rex's character there, Silvana, and of course beloved Timey, who is one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah, a lot of technical skill on display there, obviously. It's really fun.
Yeah, beautiful. And wrapping up this month's art, sharing some more stunning acrylic sculptures by Jasmine Law. On the left, you see the oak heart, which I adore. The little face, the delicacy of the leaves. And then she filmed it, or actually photographed it outdoors, so it's in real grass there and looks just amazing. Then on the right, you've got the smoke scale. And the smoke scale is interesting to me because I usually see it, you know, blinking in and out, and I haven't had that good a look at that face until now.
Yeah. This is probably my favorite, because this is exactly the kind of work I do on my free time. It's just making these kind of sculptures and painting them, and yeah, it's gorgeous work. Absolutely beautiful.
That's great. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. I saw these and then asked Jasmine if she would mind sharing on Tumblr, because I think they were maybe on her DeviantArt page or her personal blog, and so she shared several. Go check it out on Tumblr. There are others that are beautiful. A whole group of Karka hatchlings, and you know how much I love Karka hatchlings.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to look into this. This is good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, and with that, that wraps up the art for this episode. But I did want to move on to something fun. We talked about the shirt, the mouse pad, So We Love Fine is creating these things, and they've also done some other really cool things too. But first, I'll tell you something that is of benefit to you, and that's that We Love Fine is offering a discount for anything on their shop, not just Super Adventure Box, but anything on their shop. You can save 15%, through the end of the month. So go use this code on We Love Fine. It's SAF, Super Adventure Festival, SAF 2017. And we'll also share that on social media. But it's pretty cool to be able to save a little bit. And they have so many cool things, to which end I want to show you a couple of things, because I just love the opportunity to show off what our fan artists have made that has been turned into cool stuff. So here we go. First of all, I think this is amazing. This is the Aurine messenger bag. It's very roomy, nice wide strap, so it's not going to cut into your shoulder. I love this.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Isn't that beautiful?
Such a great piece.
Yeah, and it's very roomy. So I'll show you. I just have a few things tucked inside here. Let's see. We have a beautiful t-shirt, just in case you're taking a weekend trip and you want to take your t-shirt. This is the new t-shirt.
Cool.
Nicely done. And then there is also, just in case you're taking your computer and you need a mouse pad, it is right here. The mouse pad is beautiful. This is by one of our artists who has been on our art show, actually doing art live. And art shows are on the Wednesdays when Community Showcase Live is not being aired. Check those out at noon Pacific on Wednesdays. And just in case you're traveling around and you need to show your ranking, you would always want to carry with you your This was fan made a couple of years ago, and it stays on my desk all the time because I just love it. Commander tags, you can't, don't leave home without them. And of course, it's big and roomy, so if you want to, you can, of course, take your friendly Charlie and tuck him in there.
They do like to travel. I've seen photographic evidence of this.
Yeah, and you could tuck them under your arm and have them out there looking all cute. So those are things I just was excited to show you. Fan-created art that becomes merchandise. Fans do, the artists do earn a commission for every piece that's sold, so that's super cool.
Yeah.
And then let me share you some of the community creations subforum info for you, because this is kind of like the community news section of the show, and I do like to share these things. Rome, R-O-A-M, created a terrific Guild Wars 2 based card game. Absolutely amazing. The detail, the art. Of course, he used Guild Wars 2 art, but making the cards themselves, it's just amazing. Go check that out. It's on the forums. And you can play the game. It's actually a playable game. Absolutely good work. So look for ROAM. Also, Biggs, B-I-G-Z, created a very helpful instructional video about how to get the B-Dog in Super Adventure Festival. So that kind of was good. I have written down B-Dog Cat. I have no idea what cat has to do with this, but I think it was either a joke or a mistake. But anyway, look for Biggs on the Community Creation subforum and check out the instructional video if you want to get that B-Dog. Third thing, forum contributor Sanaya made a really cute comic. I wanted to show it, but she had mentioned, and I think she's spot on about this, that it might be a little bit of a spoiler for those who haven't completed episode 4 yet. So I just want to point you to it, though, because it's really cute. Sanaya is spelled S-A-N-A-I-A. Go check that out and see the 4-panel comic. It's charming. It's just adorable. And on Tumblr, you'll find lots of Super Adventure Festival art and other art as well. Great stuff. You've got everything from gifts to screenshots, from portraits to oil paintings, sculptures, crafts like you saw Marshire's adorable kitty, and the beautiful necklace. All those things can be found on Tumblr. You can submit your art to Tumblr. Use the hashtag Guild Wars 2 or GW2 fan submission. That gives us permission to use it. Also, consider putting it on the forums. That's a good thing too. Or both. You're welcome to put it on both too. The next CSL date, we'll have Community Showcase Live in May. Usually they happen in the middle of the month. We'll get that date out to you as the time draws closer. Check social media, check a blog post on our website. or check the forums. We'll let you know when the next CSL takes place and look forward to seeing you then. I want to reach out here and thank Josh so much for being with us today. It was fantastic.
Yeah, super fun. I love looking at this stuff. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So much great talent out there. It's amazing.
It is great, and I think that things that we get to, we love sharing the fan art, and I love seeing you react to what fans have done with things you've created as well too. So it's a win-win for us.
It's a great feeling.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So thank you, Josh. And in the meantime, for you guys, I just want to tell you, we'll see you next month. And in the meantime, keep creating.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.